everyone. Hope you can see us in the dark. It's very gray. Betsy's depressed. Not really.
Yeah,
No.
a little bit.
Yeah. So Simone, are the farmers happy, or because they like the rain and the slow rain in the spring? I think.
Yeah.
So they might be the only, and the ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ducks are very happy.
Yeah.
And the geese.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can get over it.
Yes.
I know it's needed, so
Yeah.
we just gotta get through.
Yes. At least it's above 0.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I keep looking at that for some reason. Anyway, the microphone is right there. So we are the Fleece and Harmony Woolcast. And this is Simone, Kim, and Betsy. And where are we, Betsy?
No.
Okay. We're recording. This is being recorded on April 1st, which is April Fool's Day.
Oh,
yeah. So some people have been already playing tricks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Aquilani, we're talking about you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Simone's friend is a big supporter of April
Foolish
Fool.
things.
Yeah. So this is being recorded in our yarn shop that's in our woolen mill on our sheep farm in Belfast, Prince Edward Island. So welcome to everybody. If you're a new viewer, you're going to find out pretty soon that we're pretty organized, but we go everywhere. Mm-hmm. And if you're a viewer that watches this all the time, welcome back. So I just put for the farm update, we're floating away. Yeah. So we had snow, but then that all melted.
Yeah.
Then we had rain. Then we had sleet, and that all melted. And now it's pouring. Pouring rain, and it's going to freeze later. Yes. Okay. So we're having fun. Yeah. Sure. Betsy loves this kind of weather. And I see she's trying to compensate with
I needed some bright color.
Yeah. So we'll tell you, we have chapters in the podcast. So when we start our projects, we'll tell you all about what we're wearing and what it's made out of and everything. And there's nothing really to say. The grass is actually starting to grow around. It's getting green in the fields, even though we haven't really had a very nice spring day yet, I don't think. Have we?
Your daylilies have been up this far too.
Yeah, I know you. Simone takes Vinny out to pee midday, and she's checking on the.
There was a lady talking to me on Sunday about the fact that her neighbor has, what did she call it? A micro
climate?
Yes, a microclimate in her yard. So her lilies are like ahead of everyone else's because she has this one patch where the sun just hits it perfect.
Oh, okay.
And she's like halfway to spring. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lucky for her. Yeah, she can get her winter clothes on and go look at it. and think there's hope. Anyway, so there's not really much to talk about. Not a lot of action when the grass is the only thing that's growing. It's kind of slow. So that's it. And the horses are wet. Yeah, they looked kind of sad this morning, but I checked underneath their blankets and they're nice and dry and warm under there. So they
don't have rain hoods. No, I'm kidding. I don't actually expect
they do. They do actually have. Yes, it goes all the way up the neck to their ear, but that's a little. They're okay. Yeah, they're okay. They're okay, but they are starting to shed, and so is the dog.
Yeah,
your dog must be too.
He's okay. He doesn't do the traditional like shed twice a year. He kind of just sheds at a steady pace all year long.
Okay. Yes. So Vinny sheds at a steady pace, but then it kind of ramps up a little bit, and that's the big difference. And you just have cats. I think they just shed all the time.
Yeah, they do.
They don't really blow
shed worse in the spring and the fall, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, especially if they've been outside and in the winter and have like worked up a coat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stimpy's got like plushy teddy bear fur.
Yeah.
He's really soft.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So that's about it. Kind of boring on the farm, but when you're farming, boring is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we don't like too much excitement. So we're going to go right to the shop update first because there's not really much. We had the Violet Veil was a big success.
Yes,
so
you folks like your bluey purples.
Yes, exactly. So that was, if you hadn't watched the last episode, the Violet Veil was a special yarn that we made for March, and it's not available anymore. So it was kind of a limited edition.
I can't remember. Did we actually talk about it in the podcast, or did you just put it in the newsletter 2 weeks in a row?
I put it in the newsletter, and I think we talked about it. Because
I don't think we
Oh,
did.
really?
This is why I'm saying this.
Oh, okay.
Because they might be going, what are you talking about?
Oh,
So I think it was
okay.
in the newsletter. So it's another one of those moments where if you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, it's worth it.
That's right. That's right. So Betsy made a special color. She was playing around in the back there, and we liked what she did, and we said, we should just do that as a limited edition because it's not a color that we decided we're going to start doing limited editions.
Yeah.
Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Get to. So what will happen, we've already got one picked out for April, but it'll be like in the next podcast, we'll probably show it. But the people that subscribe to the newsletter will see it first. And what we'll do is there's colors that I want to see on yarn or Betsy wants to see on yarn, or sometimes it's colors that just happen because things, you know, it's hand dyed. So magical things happen sometimes in the dye vat. So, but they're not colors that we would necessarily want to we have 100 colors. We can't add any more colors. And I'm so sentimental that I can't get rid of any either. So I'm being strong and saying they'll just be limited edition.
Yeah.
So we'll advertise them first in the newsletter, and then after that we kept it for about 3 weeks. I think
it was 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks. So and it was really popular. Wow. It was,
I keep joking and saying I think my eyes are going to turn blue.
Yeah. Right. So you'll have to stay tuned to the newsletter, not Friday, but the Friday after, and we'll have something there. And if you don't know where you can sign up for the newsletter, it is right on the homepage, and it's just down. I think it's down in the right-hand corner on the below. It says sign up
on our website.
On our website.
Fleeceandharmony.com.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Betsy. Okay, so, but I just felt today like I needed to feel like spring. So in the shop update, we're not going to show much, but this was a project that made me so happy when I was knitting it.
You loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
So this is called the Striped Floral Bouquet Shawl, and it's by Studio Mitsuko. And it uses assigned pooling, which is a technique that was developed by Dawn Barker. And Betsy dyed the yarn to make it. And the way that and we made kits out of it.
Yeah.
So it's made in a Selkirk worsted. And the way that it works is that you have, this is the colored yarn that's in the middle here. It's all just garter stitch, so it's really, really quick to knit.
Except for the edging there.
Except for the edging. That just adds a little bit of nice little extra. The interest, like a whole shawl of garter stitch would not really normally be something that I would get very excited about, except the interest is these little clusters, and it's Dawn Barker that kind of came up with this idea of the cluster stitches in the middle of the design. And you use you dye the yarn so that it has a big spot of each of the colors, and what you're just knitting, and when you come to the color you start a little cluster stitch and then you keep on going. So it's kind of like impressionistic little flowers.
Yeah.
It'll never be repeated in exactly the same manner either.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
So we make these little kits, and or you can buy this yarn separately when we have it in stock. But so it's 2 skeins of this natural with the color pops, 2 skeins of slate. I chose slate to do it, so that's what we made the kits out of. And then you have another skein of natural just to do the lace edging. Yeah,
I love a good lace edging.
I know.
I remember
It's nice.
you really enjoyed doing this one.
I
too.
loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved this project.
You did.
Yes, I knit it. It was actually, I knit it fast.
And I think I'm looking here, I can see there's a bit of an I-cord that happens on the one side. Is that
what did I?
Yeah, that's
And this one
here.
Yeah.
was it crab
Yes.
stitch?
And
Yes.
then this is the crocheted crab stitch. That
Yes.
was your own special
Yes,
edition.
because they
that
left
you
just
added to it.
they just left the edge just raw, so I did a crocheted crab stitch on it. So okay, so you can get the kits. You as always with our kits, we're not selling the pattern, so you'll buy the pattern separately so that the designer gets all of the all of her due for making such a gorgeous pattern. And all of the, I probably have put titles underneath while we talked about it, so you'll be able to find everything, all the information that you need. Again, it's the striped floral bouquet shawl by Studio Mitsuko. Okay, I think, I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing this. Anyway, the title will be there. Okay, and that's about all we have. So last week, though, we talked a lot about socks, and when I actually was doing cleaning up after the video, we were supposed to show the sock kits. So I stuck pictures in of them, but we have 2 sock kits now. We have the neon rainbow sock kit that has been around forever and still continues to be really, really popular. And we have the jewel tones, which are beautiful, which I'm showing pictures of here as well. And those, a lot of people ask me, what do you do with the kits? And it sounds like I'm being a smarty pants, but whatever you want. Like, it's really, so how the skeins, there's six colors.
6 colors,
and
100 yards each.
Yes, okay.
So there's 600 yards total
Yes.
in there. So you could do a small shawl. You could do heels and toes on socks. You
Yeah.
could incorporate it striping into another sweater.
Yes.
Like there's
Yeah, you're
lots
not
of options.
pigeonholed into just socks
No,
either.
no.
So that's another
Right.
nice thing to keep in mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's lovely for socks. It's my favorite sock yarn.
Yes.
But you don't necessarily have to use it for socks.
No.
I've been thinking about also one of those cowls that is the kind that's like
The bandana.
the
ones?
bandana stuff, but where it's actually like closed in.
Oh, yes,
That
okay.
just goes over the head.
Yeah.
And I think it's Andrea Mowry's favorite style.
Yeah.
So you could even have a look at some of her patterns or others who've made that style. And even if it doesn't have, like, you can just incorporate more colors. If there's
Right.
only just has
Yes.
1 or 2 colors, you could just use all 6.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do have a mention that we also carry kits for the Rioux shawl. And that's your finished object for today. Yeah, so we're going to show that later, and we have kits for that. And we've talked about that lots of times. So we do, just in case you can hardly get over it when you see this epic project done. And then you want to knit it, then we have the kits for that as well. Okay, so what we're wearing.
I'll start.
Yes.
You're looking at me.
Yeah,
Why not?
I'm looking at you.
So I have...
Looking at you, kid.
I don't even know what that comes from.
It's a movie.
Okay.
From
all
a
right.
movie.
before my time.
Here's looking at
Here's
you
looking at
again.
you,
It's
kid.
Humphrey
Bogart.
Yes,
Yeah.
Casablanca.
I think so.
Yeah. Who knows?
Somebody will correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah. No fear of that. Yes, it's a little bit before our time, but anyway.
So
Okay.
I'm wearing the Flax by Tin Can Knits that I just used. It was a Karen cake. So the color change all happened naturally. I made it, then my daughter wore it for several years, and then it came back to me, and I just needed some bright color today.
Yes. Yeah.
And I like it under my
Cute.
overalls.
Yes,
So,
Betsy wears her cool little
I love my
overalls.
overalls.
I know, I love
So
them
cute.
too. Yeah, they are cute. They are cute. Okay, and I'm wearing Rein, R-E-I-N, in the rain, reindeer. Really? So from Arne and Carlos, and this came out of the Nordic Knitting unisex book that Arne and Carlos designed, and it's knit in Alpaca Classic, which is a cotton and alpaca blend, and it's quite a fine yarn. And the reindeer is done with a combination of stranded color work and intarsia. So I used intarsia in the places where there's big gaps between the navy blue and the white, because the navy would show up behind so that's why you have to use the 2 techniques.
Right.
So, okay. And
I'm wearing Paper Dolls by Kate Davies.
yes,
And
they're so cute.
it is in Belfast Mini Mill Specialty Sock
Yeah.
or their Island Collection. I'm not sure which, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because
They don't
They
exist.
don't exist anymore.
They're
It's a yarn shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah. And then some. It was a merino and yak blend that I had in my stash.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, nice. So was that one skein of your stash yarn, or did you
For
have,
the dolls, yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so cute. That's a really
It's
cute
really
one.
cute. I like it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
could use
it seems,
another one.
Yeah, and it's right. This would be something that you would like.
I know. There's so much, Kim. There's just so much.
And if we were only just knitting, that would be one thing, but we're not. We're doing all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So Simone, we're going to let you start because we've been very excited to see this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is 3 years in the making.
Yes.
I don't even know if we're going to be able to get it all in view here.
Did you have somebody take a picture of you in it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not today outside.
Nope.
No.
So
We're
this
done.
is Rioux by Jennifer Beale, and it's knit in our point prim sock in the Rioux kit. And I am so happy with it.
Yes.
The knitted on edging didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would, and part of that has to do with Star, because she's like, I finished mine. I'm like, I just gotta get it done.
You're not competitive, are you?
No. No, it was great because I mean, like, it was so nice to have somebody to just kind of like bounce photos off of and things like that, inspire each other. So yeah.
So that's 2 finished Rioux.
Yes.
In our little group.
Yeah, exactly.
Our little community. Yeah, gorgeous. And the blocking is, we showed it last week or last episode, and just as we said, the blocking just makes it
it really
magical.
makes it shine.
Yeah.
And I did put up on my Instagram a photo of the blocking in progress because I had some help.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Simpkin.
Yeah. Laying in the middle of it?
Right in the middle, like in the very center.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's the best place to lay.
And he hears me in the bedroom, like laying everything out. He's like, oh, what are we doing in here? You must need my help.
Of course you do. Okay, so lovely. Now, I'm going to ask this because you're very unpredictable about this. Are you going to keep it and wear it, or are you giving it away?
It's probably going to be a shop sample because I want other people to be able to come in and see it. Oh, but I will wear it occasionally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you'll have to plan.
It's so pretty that I don't want it to stay at my house.
Oh.
I want it to live here.
Oh. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So you better make some more kits, Betsy. Okay. So this is beautiful.
I do have to say that what I said originally about the pattern being, you know, like very adventurous beginner type thing, I still hold true to that. Jennifer Beale's patterns are really, really well written, and you just need to take your time.
Yeah.
So take your time, make sure you're set up really well. Yeah. And I had included some little tips and tricks with the knitting of mine. So I balled everything up and I labeled each and every little cake of yarn. Yes. So that, because I mean, some of the colors are close. They're not exactly the same, but they are close. Mm-hmm. So everything was labeled, and I had my little basket that I kept it all in, and that really cut down a lot of issues.
Right.
And printing, like if you're actually like printing out your pattern, printing multiple pages of this chart so you can cross the lines off as you go is really helpful as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Or if you have it, you can put it in one of the, I don't use any of the
Knit Companion.
Knit Companion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. And it's beautiful, but I have to say that these parts are double-sided, and they're knit in the round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the color work is in the round, which is very cunning of Jennifer Beale. She's and I just love the feel of them.
They're squishy.
Yeah, they are, and they've got all the ends hidden inside there.
All of the ends in there, so
it makes kind of like a little puffy.
Well,
feel.
I was thinking about how you wear it, and these double cushier parts are going to come right across your front chest. So in terms of warmth and practicality, you're going to get this extra warmer part right down across your torso too.
Yeah. So did you try wearing it or just try it on?
Oh yeah, I walked around the house for an hour in it.
Oh, did you? Okay. So one of my big complaints about shawls is that, so I should say that this is
this is at
the back. So that comes down over your bottom, and this is in the front. And Jennifer Beale shows it in her picture as a kind of over what I would
she shows
say
a couple different ways to style it.
Full yard kind of knot. But I'm thinking that because these have a little bit of weight to them, if you just had it and slung it over, it would stay.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, more than a traditional shawl, which is why I don't wear a lot of shawls, is because I just can't really style them, but this kind of style. Yeah, I know. That's why it keeps slipping down, and I'm just like, I start to grumble. Anyway, beautiful job, Simone.
So I'm very happy with it. And it took me just about 3 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. With another 20 projects.
Oh, yeah.
Doing
In between.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, that was my own doing because I stalled out whenever it came to pick up stitches.
Yeah.
And
So
that's just one of my little quirks.
Procrastinations that I have those too. In fact, my you can do it sweater is in that kind
It's
of
in timeout pile right now.
time out because for the same reason, because I had to come out and get the book and then we make another decision, and
It
that was
doesn't
all
take
just too
much
much
to throw us
No.
off sometimes.
Any excuse if you're just looking for one. So tell us how many needle cords and sets and
I got back so many knitting cables.
Suddenly you're like, I can make even more projects now.
Yeah,
And all the little stitch stoppers, like not the stitch stoppers, but like the little screw in ends, because I wanted everything to stay put. I didn't want to risk anything falling off a needle. So I got all my hardware back.
Yeah, and because on these sections you just put them on hold. And So
and I will say about the colorwork sections too, as I went along, I figured out a fun little trick with that as well. So what she has you do is she has you knit it and just kind of leave the wispy bits, the ends hanging out, but I knotted them and then tucked them inside as I went.
Oh, okay.
So that whenever I came to the end and I was knitting them together right up here, everything was all sealed in, and I didn't have to
put them
sew
through.
those.
Oh, okay.
And,
yeah.
And I mean, I've been kind of rough with it. Nothing's popped out, so I'm pretty confident in that.
And it makes it feel really nice.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's
very
like a little
squishy.
puff. Yeah, little pillows. Yeah, lovely. All right. So, are you thinking about another epic project?
No, not yet.
No, because you do tend to have one of those.
I do.
Yeah.
I usually have a pretty complicated project on the go, but I don't know. I'll know it when I see it.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. All right. So I'll let you. I don't know. It's really big.
It is. There we go.
Symmetrical though, so easy to fold. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Whew. Tired just looking at it. Yeah, it is warm too. Yeah. Okay. So next on your list is your moon mint.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Oh,
We've got little piles.
it's coming along.
Yes. So that's by Andrea Mowry.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure I'm not dropping any stitches because I was careless with this one.
Oh, okay. You're
I've actually
pretty far.
divided for the sleeves now. So
Okay.
the body is done to the underarms.
Yeah.
And
And this is mosaic.
it is.
And
It's Wild Winds and Handspun.
yeah.
I love
And-
the hand spun in there.
Yes.
I'm having so much fun.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
really, really easy to memorize.
Okay.
And it's kind of potato chippy, as I like to say.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I just want to see one more color transition.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. It's nice.
And it has a nice, squishy feel.
Yeah.
So
I might like your color better. Maybe.
You're not into mint green, Kim?
No.
yeah, I guess mine, I don't even know what kind of candy that would be.
So
Yeah.
if you split for the sleeves, are you going back and forth now?
I am.
Yeah, okay. So it's no longer in
Yeah.
the round. Kind
So
of.
just back and forth.
You're not steeking?
No, I don't have to because I only, it's a slip stitch
Oh, okay.
pattern.
Okay.
So, yeah. I
Oh,
don't
right.
have
It's
to.
not very complicated.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you're
I haven't done a
right.
mosaic pattern.
So
It's
much
not,
fun.
you don't carry yarns.
Yeah. I know. I don't get it. But anyway. Okay. I trust.
It's kind of like magic.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. I can
Yes.
see.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you end
Okay.
up with those slip stitches
Yes.
Yeah.
that show.
I can see
Yeah.
it goes over 2 rows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So now
Very
I'm
crafty.
kind of in
Yes.
a quandary as to whether I want to do long sleeve or short sleeve because I'm really enjoying the short sleeve sweater idea.
Yeah.
Because I'll get more out of it.
You will.
'Cause I run
you wear
hot.
I was going to say, when you wear your sweaters, you wear them to work,
Yep.
but then they pretty much immediately come off
Yeah.
because you're moving too much.
Yeah.
So I'm always cold. So I actually don't get the short sleeve wool sweater thing. I have to say, I just because I'm always freezing. So
Yeah.
long sleeves are
I
a
think
way to
it,
go.
it gives those of us who run warm, not that I do, people who run warm the opportunity to still wear wool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I don't.
I need more short sleeve sweaters in my life.
Yeah. Okay. They're cute.
They are.
Yeah, but I would just have to put something else over them.
Underneath.
Yeah,
But,
or over the.
I mean, it's like back in the day when everybody had those twin sets.
Yeah. Yes.
You know.
Well, yeah, I get that because you have like a little slip over, and then you put the.
I think we need to bring back the twin sets.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yes, actually, I
You
think
could just
there
do
were-
them in a little bit more casual style.
Yeah,
It wouldn't have
definitely.
to be so
Formal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe we should talk to a designer about that.
I think there's.
I don't do sweaters.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe we'll do a list of 5 in the next the twin sets.
That would be fun.
I think we can find some.
We can definitely find some fun vintage ones.
Yes,
That's true.
yes.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to check. Rowan has a lot of
Availability
them,
and stuff like
and
that.
we'll just have to check and see what the availability is of the. Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
So now you split for the sleeve. So how much is it's not cropped, too cropped, or are you doing
I knit it a little bit longer.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's 12 inches anyway.
Okay.
Probably like 12 and a half.
Yeah.
To me, that is so cropped.
Yes.
I carry my height pretty much all in my back. So
Yeah.
if any of you have seen Kim and I stand up in real life, I'm significantly taller than her.
Yeah.
But our hips are pretty much at the exact same level.
Because my legs are a
Your
little bit
legs
longer.
are longer.
Yeah.
My back is very long. So
Yeah.
a 12-inch on me is definitely a crop.
Yeah.
I think I knit my bodies more like 16 inches.
Okay.
Yeah.
To get to my hips.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I don't have anything cropped, so I knit around 15 inches. So yeah. I'm a big fan of the tunic length.
Oh,
Actually,
you like it
yeah, I like it even
okay, you like it
longer.
to come down around your hips.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the idea.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm basically knitting a dress
Yeah,
for
but
other
you
people.
are.
Yeah,
You know?
but I don't have any hips, so that's why it
okay.
kind of
Works
just
for
kind of
you.
yeah. If I did something tight around my hips, it would be could be the opposite. The waist would be bigger than the hip measurement.
I'm like just that amount of time.
Mine is my
that much
backside.
knitting.
That's why it doesn't look good because it tents out in the back because of my bum.
Oh, well, so, which is why we knit for ourselves, because you get exactly what you want and what's most flattering for your body
Exactly.
type. And we're all
And
very
all
different.
three of us
but-
are different. So
yeah,
there we go.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm still a fan of the roll at the bottom, where you tuck your ribbing in and then it kind of hangs over.
Okay.
So I think some of my extra inches there allow me to do that then.
Oh,
So that
okay.
my
What do you
ribbing-
mean? So that you just have a blousy effect over the top?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
I would almost always tuck this up on my sweater.
Oh, do you?
Like this.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I
I
don't.
think so.
I go down.
Pull it down.
Yeah. Okay. Fun. All right. So that will be finished in no time.
It will be.
I'm predicting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very, very simple to memorize. So
Yeah.
you just tear right through it.
So next is your sock that you knit in the shop, and you've forgotten it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple
But I
times.
did-
But is it the same? Is this the same sock, or
This
do you
is
have
the same
another one?
sock.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is
But I moved my
Oh,
marker,
you're-
so
okay.
I've knit a whole inch and a half.
okay. So this is you're knitting on my time. Like that's a.
But there's no rush. It's
No.
a shop sock.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a great project for working in here because I can pick it up and put it down
Yeah.
without having to worry about losing my place.
Yeah, exactly. So this is knit in
Prim sock,
point prim sock in mulberry
mulberry jam.
jam, and this is like I forget what the name of this is. I'm gonna look at it. Apricot.
Flamingo one, is it?
No,
see.
it's apricot or
This color.
yeah, it's like a real orangey. Yeah.
I went for a wild color. I'm holding the Kids Hill Haze and the point prim double for the heel.
Yeah.
Because it really makes a nice heel. It's thicker and I tend to wear my socks out on the heel. So I find that whenever I do this, I get a lot more wear
Yeah.
before.
Plus, it
I have
just
to fix
feels
it.
so nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll probably
Lovely.
use this in the toe as well.
So this is Oxbow, and do you remember who the designer is?
Yeah, it's Andrea Mowry.
Oh, it's Andrea Mowry.
yes.
Oh, Andrea. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I must be. I haven't knit one thing for Andrea Mowry's. I don't think.
You did her birds of a feather shawl.
Yes.
Oh
you did.
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
that was one of the very first things that I ever knit.
I remember it because
after we opened the
I
shop.
might be a little envious of that shawl.
Oh, okay.
I love it. So beautiful.
Yeah.
But you knit your own birds
I've
of a
knit
feather.
two now.
And it's
And
beautiful.
I do like it, but there's just something about those like really soft colors that you used.
Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, I should dig that out. I think it's in my, I have a chest. I should dig it out because it's just, I can never style it right.
Just be really just wrap her around.
Yeah. So like it's a nice big, fluffy, whatever. So it was made with the very first cashmere that we made, the very first batch of Celtic cashmere that we made, and kid silkays.
Okay.
Yeah.
So extra soft.
All right, and let me see.
Nice sewing. Yeah.
So you need to send me a picture of the one.
Yes.
The rabbit one.
Yes, I forgot to take the rabbit one in.
Okay, so you showed one in the last episode.
Yeah.
And then you sewed another one, which you showed on Instagram, which I just love. And now you get another one.
I do.
I think you like this project.
One isn't actually for me. This is the second, I was going to say knit. This is the second one that I've sewn. It's the Toberman tote.
So that was Justin, our UPS guy. Yep. Okay, so this is what is Toberman?
This is the Toberman tote.
Yeah.
So it's only the second one that I've made of this particular pattern. I got the pattern on Etsy. This is the large size, and I made it for my friend Vicky, and it's in, if you can see, fabric from The Office.
Oh, okay.
So it's Michael Scott.
Yeah, okay.
AKA...
What?
Michael Scarn?
I know, I'm forgetting his name.
Steve Carroll.
Steve Carroll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's Steve Carroll. His character is Michael Scott from The Office, and they have the other fabric too. That's his face.
Oh, okay.
So this is a little pocket.
Wow, they have everything in fabrics
I
now,
was just thinking, I hope to never be so famous that somebody prints my face on fabric.
Yeah,
just does not need to exist in the world.
No. And so this one has a dross.
Yes, the other one has a drawstring too, but I just hadn't put it in yet.
Oh,
I needed to sew the little strings. I was going to get cording, but I thought I can just make it match.
So the one with the zipper is a different pattern.
It
then.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was confused.
The one, the little rabbit one that you saw, it also has the drawstrings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
gorgeous.
I made just about every mistake humanly possible with this one, and I got really familiar with my stitch ripper.
Okay.
But I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, so inside I hope she likes The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's got little pockets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's nice.
So cute.
And what you use a little bit of padding inside it?
I did. I used quilt batting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect.
Wow, they're nice.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
And I'm having fun.
Yeah. Just good. And is your class over now?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all done, so I'll have to wait till next year.
Oh, okay. And you were working on a community project too in that class, the quilting thing? Yeah.
Yes.
So did that get finished?
I think it just needs to be bound.
Oh,
and
okay.
binding. So we did a quilt for a friend who's been unwell, and everybody that wanted to got to do a 12 by 12 block.
Oh, okay.
for her.
Nice.
And then it's all put together into a quilt. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
So speaking of quilts, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but I showed a quilt from Laura, that from Lewis and Jane, and it was made from her grandmother's sewing basket, things that she had in there. And I showed the picture in the last episode, and I'll show it again here. So Laura was really excited about the fact that we were going to talk about her grandmother. I think it was Nanny Mary is her name, I think. And so she was going to do a little thing where she was going to talk about her grandmother, because she has, she credits her grandmother with having the interest that she has in handcrafting. So it all came, her grandmother was her inspiration. So I haven't received it yet, so I don't know if I'm going to get it or not. So if I have it, I'll show it right here. And if you haven't seen anything, then I didn't get it in time. Anyway, so and we were talking about that because we were saying about how powerful. I know there's something special about a quilt, I think, too, because it's a big commitment.
Yeah.
And the handwork and stuff.
It is, but like time-wise, I think knitting takes more time.
Yeah.
Although maybe I've always had the benefit of when it actually comes to quilting it, I have a community that helps.
Right.
I've never actually hand quilted an entire quilt on my own. I would always go to my mom's, and then siblings and aunts and my mom would do it. My mom has done a lot of hand quilting on her own.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, what's next?
I don't know.
I never noticed this until the other day when it was here. Is this a measuring tape?
That one I wouldn't use, but there's one on the inside that I would.
Okay.
Just so that was stretched.
Yeah. Okay.
Fun.
Yeah, I know. And there's one inside too.
It's attached to the pocket that you can use as a.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, smart.
So cute.
Whoever did that was smart. Okay, so no spinning this time.
No.
Yeah. Your e-spinner broke.
No, not the e-spinner, the motor. The motor kicked the bucket again. The bushings are gone in it. You can tell because there's like a crunchy feel whenever you turn the knob.
Yeah.
So I have to swap that out.
Okay.
Wah, wah.
I'm going to do that on your own?
Yep. I did last time too.
Yes. Okay. All right.
She was using word like bushings. I think she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Bushing. Yeah. The only reason why I know is when they go it's in one of the machines. I know I actually know what a bushing is,
Okay,
but
well, you're
only
both ahead of me.
Yeah, well, it's only a fluke that I know what it is because we have spare parts, so I know it's called a bushing.
Yeah.
How it works, what to do with it, where it goes, how to put it in. Forget it. Not sure. Okay. All right. So Betsy, you're up.
Okay.
So we want to talk about your new socks. We're so excited.
They are really cool. I cannot take any credit for them at all.
Just tell us the story about how you got them.
So I think it was my husband got a text from one of the ladies at the church that said, I've got these socks. I'm wondering if your daughter would like them. Mm-hmm. And so he showed the picture to my daughter. I guess she had said yes. And so then, okay, well, we'll get them to her on whatever night of the week.
Yeah.
So I'd kind of forgotten about it. And then she came home with these like sort of slung over her shoulders. And I was like,
give it to me. I want them.
Yeah, it really was. I was like, are you sure you want those? They're made out of wool. Like never before have I tried to prey on somebody's sensitivity to wool. But I was very much like, wool is itchy for you. Like, you wouldn't want to wear it anyway. It'll be uncomfortable. So she did try them on and they fit her perfectly, but she did hand them over because I said, well, how about I just keep them safe for you?
Yeah.
And
all the tricks.
Yeah.
All of the
if
mommy
you decide
tricks.
you want to wear them, you can let me know. Or if you come up with an outfit that it works for you.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, as cute as they are, they're really not super strong, her style.
Yeah, well, and they're not the most practical socks ever.
So here they are.
I love them.
They're so cute.
I know.
So I went back to the individual who gave them to us just to ask, like, where did you get these? These are amazing. And she just didn't seem to have an understanding of what she had.
Yeah.
Now, the reason she couldn't keep them is she has a wool allergy, so she cannot actually wear them. But they were given to her just along with some other items, and she knows we love knitting in our house, and so she thought of us, which was very sweet of her.
Yeah.
But she didn't have the story of where they came from then. She didn't really know. So we did the trick with your Google phone or whatever, where you take a picture and you ask Google, where did it come from? And it led us to an Etsy site that was an Estonian lady who does Estonian knitting and hand knit socks. And there was a pair on her site that looked like identical to these.
Yeah.
The same
And they are
colors and
hand knit.
everything.
We can verify that they are hand knit.
Yeah, but the insides, the floats.
Yeah.
There's slip stitching details on here. There's color work. There's some really cool knitting stitch going on here that connects the leg to the foot.
Yeah.
The heel is like beautifully, immaculately done.
Yep.
So they're just really, really...
And then crochet.
high quality socks. So
Yeah.
I am going to have to put together some sort of outfit. I'm not sure what it is to not look like Rainbow Bright walking around.
Yeah.
But I'll figure something. There's cabling in the ribbing.
It's really, really
This cord here that ties around the knee is crocheted. So they're really spectacular. So
Yeah.
I even joked the other day, I might just hang them on the wall if I can't find an outfit.
Yeah, and then there's the shaping in the calf as well.
Yeah,
So
they've done-
I wonder, I don't really see any increases. So maybe she just went up a needle size.
Or we
something
were
like
all
that.
trying them on. So maybe you're just seeing the shape
No.
of my family.
Oh,
Is there?
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're in there. So it's just really, really well done and really thought out. So I think they're amazing. So in this crazy world, if anyone would happen to know who made these or where exactly they came from, let us know.
Oh, yeah. They're
We
just,
are admiring them.
yeah, it makes us happy.
Yeah. I want to wear them, but I don't, because I also don't want to ruin them. But that's also really silly because
Yes, you have to use the good china.
yes, they were made to wear.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and you said this is a knitting stitch.
Yeah.
This little lacy part on the.
Yeah, it's like it has
Little
longer
bows.
bits, and then you gather them into the.
Well, you'll take pictures, but I think
Very
maybe
cute.
we can see. Yeah.
And are these not Betsy colors? Like
Yes.
Like this screams Betsy.
all,
Yeah.
All
the
your
way.
favorite colors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, the amazing part too. So online, there's lots of different pairs. None of them as perfect Betsy colors as these are.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous.
So I'm thinking a little denim skirt with another like a knitted hand knit. Oh, it's just gonna be so
Yes.
cute.
When
So
she
cute.
pulled these out of her whatever behind her back, I might have squealed.
Oh, maybe the pressed flowers cardigan
Yeah.
with a little denim jumper.
Yeah. Little
Okay.
overall
Yeah.
jumper. Like a,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
We'll see what the Fibre
I said-
Festival brings.
Yes, I said to Betsy this morning when I sat down beside her, I said, "You look like you're Miss. Is it what was her
Romper
name?
Room.
Romper Room. Yes,
I don't
but
remember the name.
what's her name?
I
Miss,
don't remember.
was it Miss Betty?
There is
don't
another
remember.
one. Actually,
okay.
we went to pick up fresh corn last summer, and I had my hair in two little, like, I call them muffins. They're
Yeah.
like pigtail buns.
Yeah.
Two of them. And the lady had little toddlers running around, and she said to me, oh my goodness, you look just like Miss Rachel.
Oh.
And I was like, thank you. I think. And then I was like, who's Miss Rachel? She is a child, like a preschool entertainer who is on TV and does like learning, but also entertaining with the kids.
Yeah.
And folks, I was a daycare provider.
Yeah.
And foster parent to
Yeah.
infants and toddlers for a decade. So
That's
it's not
where
really
it
that
comes.
far out of my comfort zone.
No, exactly. They're wonderful.
Yeah. These would be perfect daycare garb. The kids would love them.
Yes.
They would say to me, "Oh, Bessie, it's so beautiful." Kids have the greatest appreciation for the best things.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They do. Okay, so Betsy, you have a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
so,
a few
and,
things.
Yep,
Yeah.
and we're going to talk about some things that your projects have brought up.
I'll
Yeah.
do Matthew's jacket first because it's really straightforward.
Okay.
I finished the colorwork bands that go across the two front pieces. It's
And I'll put a
jacket.
picture in of where you were the last time because we don't have it here today.
So it's just little bits of argyle that go across the front. So now I'm just left to knitting long, plain sleeves, which is great mindless knitting. So if I do decide to find something of quality, actually it's been March Madness basketball is what's been on the TV.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, perfect knitting viewing.
Yeah, I don't have to pay too close attention to the TV.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I love it. Kim has said before, it is fine knitting.
Yeah.
It is fine knitting, so it does not move far. So I need to remember to congratulate myself for 1.5 inches accomplished.
Yes,
knitting.
it's actually machine
Tiny.
size.
Yes,
Yeah, tiny. Yeah.
So I just have to remember when I sit down to do it. Okay, if you get 1.5 inches done, that was an evening's work. Because I was talking to Simone when she was making up our list for us, and I was like, I just don't feel like I got anything done. But it's just what I'm working on doesn't go fast.
Yeah.
The needles are what, 2.75?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're tiny.
They're very tiny.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's good. So that's Matthew's jacket. Okay. I'm going to say it. I think by the end of April, I want these 3 sweaters done.
Okay.
So I'm going to push for that this month. I've been trying not to push myself on these projects. It's 3 sweaters I chose to make for my 3 different favorite people in the world for Christmas. They got their yarn at Christmas,
Oh, I
and
didn't
now
see mine yet.
she was right on that.
You queued it up perfectly.
And this is all off the cuff.
Well done. Well done. Okay, so I'll clarify. My 3 closest family, my husband and my 2 daughters
Okay.
are each getting a sweater of their choosing, and the yarn they wanted, the style they wanted.
Yeah.
So they should be done, barring any disasters, by the end of April.
Even Evelyn's house coat?
Even Evelyn's house coat. So big.
Oversized to the
Yeah,
max.
it's good.
Yeah.
She doesn't watch this, so it's okay.
Yeah, okay. What?
They will come by and like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
They know, oh, it's just mom stuff.
Yeah.
So that's should be done. So Lucinda's pieces
Oh my goodness. There's a letter.
are all finished.
Okay.
And I even washed and blocked them, which actually is part of my little bit of saga that I'm going to talk about here. So we'll show you the progress. So it is a Weasley sweater.
Yeah.
And this time we're actually putting the W on it. So what you're seeing there is 3/4 of a W. It just, or 2/3, I guess. It just needs the last of it.
Right.
But I was doing it last night. So I had actually started this whole W process a week and a half ago. We had looked at holding the duplicate stitch yarn double.
Okay.
Because we didn't want the purple to show through the back.
Okay.
So I did that, but it was like cardboard.
Oh, okay.
It was, my tension was too tight, and that much yarn was actually starting to distort the knitting behind it as well, because it was too thick. And I was like, this yarn is really stiff. So I took it out and I tried single, but it was still stiff. And then suddenly I had an epiphany and I realized this yarn is...
it's not one of our yarns.
No, it's not one of our yarns. And it is not hand dyed. So it would have been dyed in the wool, which means the dye was applied to the fluff. Pardon me, I have fluff in my mouth here. So then it would have gone into all the processing and through the carder and the spinner, and it would have already had its color on it. So when it came off the spinner, it would not have been soaked or washed or dyed, or so it still had some spinning oil in it, and just hadn't had an opportunity to bloom, which is actually quite common with most commercial yarns, the way that they're done. But I didn't think about that. But I'd already soaked this one. So the purple had no spinning oil in it anymore. It's very quite drapey and flexible and softer, and even a bit has some blooming that happened. Yeah. So I was trying to put this stiff yarn that still had spinning oil on top of the other one and get it to match, and the textures just were not matching.
Oh, okay.
So I had the idea to, well, just take the skein of yarn and soak it.
Yes.
So I got the spinning oil off and bloomed the yarn in the skein, so that when I went to put it on,
it was softer.
It would be soft, and it went so much easier.
Okay.
So
and you're only doing one strand.
One strand.
Right.
And we just, even with the two, there was still some purple showing through. So we've just resigned ourselves to, that's just the style. Yeah. It's just the way it is. So that's fine. So we don't mind that. She's quite happy with it.
So did you soak it again?
I have not yet.
Yeah. So I would think that when
will.
If you block it when you're finished and you do your blocking, that may close up a little bit even more. So
I also got thinking about, so when I watch other podcasts and folks who work with yarn, but maybe not the dyeing and the wet part of yarn, we do tend to, I feel, a little bit over exaggerate how gentle you have to be with yarn. It can actually handle a little bit of movement, and you don't have to worry that if you just move the yarn, it's going to immediately turn into felt. A temperature change, a rapid temperature change has to happen for that to happen. Or if you've ever actually tried to felt wool, you realize how much agitation it takes. So my plan will be to soak this and actually kind of just loosen it up a bit, just so that it matches when it's wet. Just so it kind of settles into place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I keep interrupting. Go ahead.
I always want to say caution because when we say that it is surprising how much you can do to wool that before it felts.
Yes.
Especially when you felted something that you've made and you've done nothing to it. So
I'm not talking like washing machines and dryers.
No.
I mean just with your hands.
But to felt wool, you need soap, hot water, and agitation. Those three things, which is what happens in the washing machine sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to, I wouldn't put it in the sink with soap and like.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So what Betsy's talking is if you do one of those things or whatever, you're okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just let it soak. And then Matthew was listening to me block and he's like, well, I guess you're the definition of aggressive blocking. So I lay it on my pad, and then I don't pull. So I think that's more what people mean when they say to aggressively pull off something. They mean
not
to stretch
swearing
it.
at it.
Yeah.
Is that what
So I take it and I actually I'm going to say thwack it. I pat it quite hard because I want the stitches to just really lay nice and flat.
Yeah.
So I smack it is what I'm doing to it, but I'm not pulling unless that's the intention behind it. Yeah. But I pat it really hard so that it kind of
sometimes I hit mine with an iron.
Oh, okay. Just to kind of
like high steam and a towel over the top and just press.
Yeah.
Just
without not ironing it.
No, just
press
down.
Yeah.
And it works really well for just kind of making everything very smooth and finished looking.
Yeah. It really does. It just makes your stitches, helps to make your stitches look really uniform.
Yes.
And I love that look.
Yes.
I just love that. Perfect.
Yeah. Excellent.
So,
and on the notes, were you going to mention something about the stair stepping of the
I don't remember for sure. It's trick. Oh, I do. Yes. Okay. So the first time I tried to put the W on, I tried to do my duplicate stitch horizontally.
Oh, okay.
But the way the W is laid out was really tricky. So then another portion I tried top down, but that makes the stitch, you have to be very careful about how you pull the stitch.
Right.
If you're going top down.
Right.
So this one I did bottom up. So I just did the counting. I was like, come on, girl, you're a cross stitcher. You can do this. So I did the counting, found where I wanted to start, and I've been working my way up. And I find that seems to lay a lot better with duplicate stitch for me. I don't know if there's officially a how to do it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things you have to do what works.
Yeah.
And it's another one of those things where just relax, girl. Yeah. Just relax. Don't pull things so tight.
Yeah.
I find that if you work from the bottom up, for me anyway, it's easier to tension the stitch. So you can go back with the tip of your needle and fix things as you go.
Yes.
Whereas top down, it seems a little bit tougher.
It's somehow like the way you end up having to, because you work into the stitch you already made top down, where bottom up, it's not like you're not working into the stitch you already did. You're creating the next one. And I find that a lot easier to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this, I can feel the difference of this. This yarn is being soaked. Yes. It's made a big difference in it. It was a little bit rustic.
And visually too, you can see
yes.
It's still more
rustic
more
than our
worsted.
Yes, but it's more drapey than what I expected.
We'll call it. It's an economical yarn.
Yeah, it's okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks very nice. Well done.
Yeah. And she wanted it bigger than her last one, and I don't think that's going to be a problem.
So
more sweatshirt style. Apparently this year wanted larger. Oversized is in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone is wearing and doing oversized, so they probably know better than I do what's actually.
So, and the third one, we haven't seen anything, so you're just going to wait.
I'm just going to finish it, and I'm just going to wear it. One day when it's finished. So.
Yeah. And that's a cardigan.
It's a cardigan.
Yes. Yeah. Big oversized.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Perfect little.
So it's like appropriate for August when it's really hot.
I think her intention is to wear it over teeny tiny shorts because that's what the picture
has
the people wearing it. So
okay, yes, a huge little cardigan over shorts.
It's not wool. We did that one out of acrylic because she doesn't. She's the one who doesn't do wool.
Okay.
So
Well,
she has one sweater she'll wear, but it is a super soft merino.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. I would love to make, but she's also very hard on clothing.
Okay.
So she's the one who wore the elbows through in the way too fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, the softness and the tenderness of merino doesn't really match with her lifestyle.
Okay. Right.
That's a lot of work for her to wear through in a month.
Yeah.
So anyway, all good. So
now the
my cross stitch. So I had shown.
We haven't seen this in a while.
Well, I was waiting. I had ordered the DMC, and it took a little while to get to me. Yeah. Because I actually ordered a whole other kit, but I thought, I'll just throw the other bits I need into that order. So I put this on hold for a while. But it is just about there.
Wow. So this is a lot of work doing all that argyle. You're a big fan of argyle, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
I really do like argyle.
It's nice. It's
so it is, the background is completely finished up to here.
Yeah.
What you obviously can't see is all the white needs to be put in behind here, and these little diamonds need to be put in.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
doing,
Oh,
so the
boy.
background is more, I think officially it's a needlepoint style because it's only one. It's only a half stitch.
Okay.
It's not a full cross.
Yeah, so all of this, the whole thing is cross-stitched.
Solid. Yeah.
Yes,
Because
okay.
originally I thought I'd turn them into pillows.
Oh,
So the
okay.
idea was to kind of have it be like a needlepoint pillow. But then I realized how much work I'd put into it, and I couldn't imagine it somehow ending up on the floor and the dog laying on top of it.
Scout would be very gentle with it.
Yeah,
He would be.
he would.
But he is black,
Yeah.
and his hair gets woven into things.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I think my plan now is to frame them. So I have 4 of them. So
They're
to
really
get them
cute.
all
So have you
framed
started
and
the
done.
other ones?
Oh, they're all done.
Oh, they're
it.
all done.
This is the end of it.
Okay, so are we going to get to see the other
Sure.
ones?
Once I finish this one, we can just do a quick show and tell
Okay.
someday.
All right.
So they are themed off. As you can tell, I like doing things for my family.
Yeah.
So each gnome is the birth month of
Yes.
the individual. So this one is my October baby.
Yes. Nice. It's
Yeah.
really cute. Okay.
Thank you.
And what are you just going to put them in a frame?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also because I did not use cross stitch techniques, and I'm going to learn those before I start my next cross stitch. So the back, nobody ever needs to see the back.
Yeah, okay. And what are you doing next? Do you have a project in
I
mind?
do. I thought about pulling it up and showing you, but my goal is to have my stuff kitted up.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's the
For
thing
next
now.
time.
Yes. Okay.
And then we'll show a picture of what I'm
Okay.
going to.
Excellent. All right. So I saw a little note that said duplicate stitch versus cross stitch. Does that ring any bells?
I think I was just thinking about maybe the method of how I was going to move across.
Oh,
the
okay.
fabric.
Okay. So going up and down. Like you
Versus,
said, to
the
top.
up and down or the side horizontal, like
Yeah.
figuring out what is the best way
Right.
to do that.
Right.
And again, not like my cross stitch, I make sure everything is quite tight
Yes.
and laying flat and all of the fibers like,
Yeah.
and I've been working on Aida cloth.
Yeah.
So Aida cloth is much more forgiving for tension
Yes.
than a knitted fabric.
Yes. Yes.
Knitted fabric, you have to have such a gentle touch.
Right.
Otherwise
Yeah.
you're going to
Well, the tension is the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what that was about.
All right, excellent. So Simone and Betsy kind of organize the thing. That's why I'm reminding, because then I get a note on Monday or Saturday, and it's all been what they're going to talk about.
Well,
So
there's
I
a
just
really
think-
good reason why.
Yeah.
Because we usually put it together on a Friday afternoon while we're
Yeah.
both still here.
Yeah.
But Kim is finishing up her newsletter at that time.
Yes. Exactly.
So it takes
Exactly.
pressure off.
Yeah, exactly. It's great.
Teamwork.
It's great. Okay, so now it's my turn, and I'm doing my Mercerie projects, and I actually worked on both of them. So I have the Wallflowers, and I have the Homage to the Granny Square. And while I'm talking about these, you may see QR codes come up because we have links to, Sue has opened all of her classes for the next session. And she has 5 different things that she's doing, 4 different things. Anyway, we'll count them. The beginning crochet one is called the Sunflower Blanket, and that's, you've never crocheted before and you want to learn how to make the stitches, and you have a beautiful blanket at the end. And then the next one is the Homage to the Granny Squares. And I'll show you mine when we get to that. So then now you're doing granny squares, and really the big lesson that you're going to learn is about how to put colors together in this project. Then the next one after that is I would say the Gloria Capelet, because you're using motifs that you're going to use in the Wallflowers, and the Wallflowers is a huge blanket, and the Capelet is there's some texture stitches in it as well. I'm showing a picture. And then there's the Wallflowers, which is a huge blanket that Betsy did a couple years ago, and we started at that same time, and I'm still doing mine.
You took a big break though when you were renovating.
Yeah, I did a big break. I'm still renovating too. And then the last one is the Tessellation Nations, which Betsy is doing.
I love it. It's just not here today because I so enjoy it that when I get going on it, it's hard to do anything else, which is part of the push to get these other projects done so I can just absorb myself in it.
Yes. Okay.
We only have so much crafting time.
Yes. So, and if any of you are wondering where my You Can Do It sweater is, it's still there, but I've actually really been enjoying the crocheting. So I'm spending my time doing that. And so I have, I took a page out of Simone's book and made my little basket of different colors and everything. So these are the colors that I'm using in my Homage to the Granny Square. And I'm working now on, there's 3 sizes of Granny Squares so far.
You've got a lot down.
Look at this.
I know, it's so unusual for me. This is my favorite, I think.
The pinks, of course.
Yes. So,
I'll show this.
yeah. And there's purples, which is going to be the border. And then, so you have small, medium, and large squares. And these are the center squares. Okay. So, yes, so these are the center squares. A little bit of Vinny hair there. Yeah.
And then this one.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So is this the outside, or is it?
Nope.
Does it move like?
These are all on the inside.
These are okay.
And then now the next step is going to be square, like flowers, I think, as well. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. I like this green combination too.
I like this. This
like
is
them
definitely
all.
my favorite here.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, I was like trying to think, oh yeah, I know what those all are.
Yeah. This is like,
Oh, I like that too.
yeah, I know. They're nice. So anyway, so I've got a pile of them. 8 colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah, so now the challenge is, at first it was that I was picking the colors that I liked the best, and so breaking out of the routine of picking just all the colors that I like the best. Now there's like a large number of possibilities that you can combine, because you've got I think I've got 8, 9, 10 colors, but now you have to do them all a little bit different. And so trying to figure out which what I'm doing. So that's so this is all filled with squares.
It is amazing with any project that you do, the moment you are not supposed to repeat what you've done.
Yes.
All of a sudden you find yourself doing exactly the same thing when you weren't supposed to. And then if you're supposed to do each one the same,
They all are different.
they're all different.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is just a matter of choice. Like she says, you can reuse some of I'm trying not to use the same colors in each of these squares or the same color more than once, but you can totally do that if you want to. So anyway, so
I
I
love the felted tweed in it.
blankets.
Yeah.
I just love them.
Yes.
And this Sue Matton opened up a world to me of because even this, she's calling it a granny square, but it's different.
Yes.
It's different.
Yes.
And so, someone also mentioned, have we heard of, is it Janie Crow?
Yes.
We absolutely have.
Yes.
We have her book here.
Yes.
We
One of
might
them,
have her
yeah.
queued
Yeah, the
up
book-
in our Ravelry.
Oh, do you?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So we do carry the Bohemian Blooms book. So that was also done in Rowan yarns. Some of the yarns in the book are no longer available, but I picked substitutes for people that have wanted to do it. So it's we can totally accommodate you if you want to do a Janie Crow one as well.
And we have links for all of this, including the Janie Crow book, in our Ravelry group.
Okay.
There's a thread for the Mercerie blankets and other crochet fun.
Yeah.
So if you want to jump in there and have some crochet fun,
share your projects. So then the other blanket, because why would you
Just
stop at one, is the Wallflowers. So this is literally, I started it 3 years ago. Yeah, 3, not 4, 3.
Don't
Yeah.
want I knew that was going to happen.
Oh,
I want that
okay.
to stay.
So this is my the last episode. I was talking about these dark corners. So these are kind of the last big motif in the blanket. You fill in with more little flowers, but this is the big. So I was explaining how this big flower gets attached to the blanket, but on one little thing like this. So this is now, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So this is now I attached, and I can tell you it's no fun. So I love crocheting the flowers, but the attaching thing is I did manage to get it sort of right the first time because I stared at it for a long time first, and I played around with it, and then I said, okay, I'm just going to go for it. We talked about that in the last episode. And I did make one little mistake because I joined in, I didn't join soon enough when I started the joining as you go, and I was left with one little section that wasn't attached that should have been attached. Okay. So I just sewed it. And we had this discussion a little bit, but now what I've decided is I'm just going to sew them.
These ones, yeah.
Yeah, rather than go as I like to try to manipulate this whole big blanket. I'll show you how big it is. You have it out on a table, and this is like kind of flimsy, and you're trying to go around. I had it turned around and upside down, and I had to keep checking to make sure I was attaching on the right side and everything. So I said, forget that. I'm just going to now finish all of these the large flowers with the edging, so they look like this before you start the final round. So it's 4 rounds to make the shape that where you get to join it. And I think it's 3 that you do just on the flower individually, and then the 4th one is where you join. So I'm just going to do all the way to the 4th one, and I'm going to sew it.
Why not?
Yeah, because it's not worth it.
Save yourself the stress.
Yeah. Exactly. It'll just be a lot easier for me. And then I really don't know how you're on your Tessellation Nation where you're joining every stitch. I said to Betsy, you're crazy.
It's going just fine so far.
Yeah, I know. So Betsy's going to join every stitch. I'm going to just sew it. So you can do whatever you want, whatever works for you. So anyway, so that's coming along, and I work on this. This is my in the shop project.
Yes.
Yeah. So because I don't have room to put it anywhere in my house.
So sometimes when the internet's slow or things are taking forever to upload and download, you've got something.
Yeah, I got a lot done this week because it's been very frustrating with the internet. Yes. So I think that's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Right. So the only the next little thing is that just to mention about the PEI Fibre Festival. So by the 2nd week of April, everything will be available. Tickets will be for sale and the whole shebang. So the PEI Fibre Festival is going to happen October 22nd to the 25th. The 22nd is it's not, the marketplace is not open yet, but there is a few little tours that are happening on the 22nd, like farm tours and stuff that you can buy tickets to attend. The marketplace and the classes, the proper instructional classes at the hotel at the Delta in Charlottetown, start on the 23rd and it runs till the 25th. And the hotels are booking up. So I would suggest that if you haven't already booked a place, you will, when you see the schedule that comes out April 17th, I think it is. I'll put the dates below. Then you should look at your hotel fairly quickly after that. So now we're to the harmony part. And I shared in the newsletter the harmony part that we're going to use in this episode. So it's a picture that Simone took. It's one picture, but I've done like the whole Ken Burnsy thing on it. Yeah. And it was, do a lot of beautiful images, but I think that this one was a little special. It was special. Yeah. It's magical. And there's no editing on it. Just with your iPhone. Yep. Early in the morning. Yep. So it is, some people are saying, is that sunset or is it sunrise? I said, oh no, absolutely sunrise.
Simone doesn't stay up to see sunset.
Especially not in the summertime.
Yeah. And we just had that kind of fluffy spring snow and all the flakes are sticking together. So it's big fluff, fluff, fluff. I tried to find if I could do snow over the top of it, but it's because it's just a static picture, but I couldn't, it was going to ruin it. Yeah. So, and I chose a piece of music it's actually called Time to Part, but it's a very slow cello
beautiful.
piece. And somebody asked if Betsy was playing the cello.
Not that time.
And it's not Yo-Yo Ma either. And it is Marco Martini, I think is the name, but I'll put it under here. And it's just, I don't know, very nice.
Peaceful.
Yeah, peaceful. Yeah. So Simone posts a picture every morning on her Instagram, Sand and Sky Creations.
Yep.
And if you want to see more inspirational pictures like that, this is where she posts every morning. And but this one is really something.
So I was just thinking about what they are sometimes.
Yeah, what are they? What?
Sometimes they're animal.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
No, I don't post those.
No, you just get to see those. Oh, yeah.
When we find owl pellets, we send pictures of them to each other so we
Yeah.
can figure out what kind of bird it was.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about all that thing.
Yes. No, it's always very beautiful, nature oriented.
Yeah.
And
There's some occasional crafting, but for the most part, it's just outdoors.
Yeah. And are you looking for that shot?
I
Or
like to take a couple pictures, and sometimes they turn out well, and sometimes they really don't.
it's kind of like a diary of where you've been every day, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is not that far.
So-
Because I keep to the same zone all the time.
But did you, when you took that scene, did you know it was going to be great, or did you? No.
No.
Okay.
I just take a photo and hope for the best.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoy it, and it's very calm and peaceful and beautiful. So thank you for letting me use it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So we wish you 2 weeks of happy crafting and joy and happiness, and we hope you enjoy Simone's picture. Okay. Bye.